Welcome back, guys. Talking about seed oils again, your favorite subject. I know you just love hearing about seed oils so much, especially because they're in like pretty much all the foods we eat. And it's so hard to completely eradicate them from our diet because then we have to like eat actual single ingredient foods. Imagine that. I get it though. It's difficult. I've cut them out from my diet for just over a month now completely. And it's been difficult for sure. It takes a lot of discipline and a lot of reading labels and things like that. Fortunately enough, I knew a lot about nutrition before. Had no idea seed oils were bad though. But now that I know that, I'm glad I've removed them. And so, again, this information is based in scientific studies, peer reviewed literature. This isn't my opinion, this is factual information. But you don't need to take that as fact. You can also look this up yourself. And I very much encourage you to do that and decide on your own what you think is best. I'm just here to help promote radical health because that's really all of our birthrights. So, and I'm about pushing a positive message and informing you guys and not like the mainstream media and putting out bullshit and garbage and lying and fear and, coming from total bias and um, coming from no scientific research when, CTV news comes out and says seed oils are okay, fine. They're experts. Experts hate that word. Usually this expert is a doctor who doesn't learn about nutrition because doctors are not trained in that, doesn't learn about a lot of things, and probably doesn't continually and catch up and read the medical literature on something they're not trained in. So yeah, these so-called experts are usually very narrow-minded and just basically a lobbyist for big food, like 9 times out of 10. It's like the USDA. I think it was 19 out of 20 of them, the board of directors actually lobby for big food and pharma. So gives you an idea of how corrupt these entities are. Healthcare Canada, all that same thing. Don't know why they call it healthcare. It's disease care. If you ask me, they're not invested in your health. Unfortunately, they're invested in making money and profit at the expense of your health and the environment. That's just a grim reality of the world we live in, especially Canada. And that is changing. I do believe most humans, or all humans, their intrinsic nature is good. But some people just get so caught up in the ego and so caught up in making money and all this stuff that yeah, it consumes them. And it has this like kind of like parasitic like mind virus like effect, and it just keeps kind of rippling down. And unfortunately, it's kind of what's going on now. But again, it's changing, thank God. So, anyways, enough about all that. I just, like I said, I'm just here to pass on the information. You guys do what you want with it. I hope this is helpful. It's been helpful for me. And yeah, let's just jump right in without me ranting too much because I can get, pretty intense when it comes to the corruption and all that. So, yeah, 7 reasons why you should avoid seed oils. Maybe 8 if you're lucky. So, the first one is seed oils. They violate the laws of nature. Seed oils are basically like modern day industrial frankenfoods. They were actually introduced in our diets 120 years ago. And guess what they were designed to do? Bet you wouldn't guess this. Originally, they were invented to lubricate machines. Humans are not machines. At least I don't think so. But maybe you are. Who knows? So if you are, then maybe you should eat seed oils. So, anyways, yeah, our ancestors, they would have had to eat probably like 3,000, I think it is, sunflower seeds just to get the equivalent of 5 tablespoons of sunflower oil. It's absolutely insane. And just to list you guys off some of what the seed oils are, it's soybean oil, corn oil, sunflower oil, safflower oil, canola oil, peanut oil, which has aflatoxin, really bad for you. Peanut butter is like one of the most carcinogenic things out there. Unfortunately, I wish it wasn't. I love peanut butter, but it's terrible for you. Rice bran oil, grapeseed oil, and cottonseed oil. And don't get fooled by vegetable fat. That is seed oil. Or vegetable oil. Same thing. Seed oil. Just another name. Sounds healthy, right? Ooh, vegetable oil. Must be good. Nope. So the second thing is seed oils are pretty much everywhere. They're in like 95% of the food out there. That's why it's so hard to cut them out of your diet because they're just everywhere. And that's why I'm so passionate about pushing this message more and more and giving more people the knowledge so we can start changing this. So the food industry has to change. We put the pressure on them. We vote with our wallets, say, nope, we're not purchasing this product until you change this shit. So yeah, I think that can help. I know that can help. So from 1909 to 1999, soybean oil consumption increased 1,000 times. Pretty wild. So yeah, when I say they're everywhere, they literally are everywhere. Most restaurants cook with them. Pretty much all restaurants cook with them. There's a few exceptions. They're practically in all processed foods, including so-called healthy processed foods contain them. And then average American now consumes 5 to 10 tablespoons of seed oil each day. Number three, seed oils stay in our bodies for a long time. Seed oils contain unnaturally high amounts of polyunsaturated omega 6 fatty acids, primarily in the form of linoleic acid. A healthy and evolutionary appropriate omega 6 to omega 3 ratio is 1 to 1. But now that's up to levels of 20 to 1. Not good. Our physiology isn't able to efficiently process such high levels of omega 6 fats. They are stored in our fat tissues and can take up to 4 years to break down, unless you go on a zero fat diet for upwards of 1 to 3 months. That is shown to help reduce the time significantly, but very hard to do. So, yeah, another thing is number four, seed oils are highly unstable. So, polyunsaturated omega 6 fatty acids in seed oils are highly, highly unstable, especially when they're heated. So, like, hello, deep fat fryer. um, and from inside our fat cells, they break down to oxalams, oxidated byproducts of linoleic acid metabolism. The two main ones are the first one, 4-hydroxynonenal, 4-HNE, and 13-hydroxycatidinoic acid, which can stimulate the growth of tumors. So, yes, they sound as horrible as they sound. These byproducts, 4-HNE and 13-HOD, do lead to mitochondrial dysfunction, death and damage to our cells, and a cascade of effects that eventually lead to metabolic dysfunction and disease. So if you're not scared yet, maybe five will scare you. 5, seed oils are directly linked to all chronic disease. So remember how I just told you that the byproducts of seed oils lead to mitochondrial dysfunction and DNA damage via oxalams? Well, this damage at the cellular level is a signature of all chronic disease and metabolic dysfunction. The best data is currently in animals because we can measure the effects over their entire lifetime. So, for example, in 2020, there was a study that feeding mice soybean oil not only led to obesity, but also gene dysregulation that could cause higher rates of neurological conditions like anxiety, depression, autism, and dementia. Crazy. So, another study is they used rats and they gave them high omega 6 fats. And actually, that was to speed up and induce tumor growth. And it worked. So that's pretty scary. Another thing is that the papers show is that seed oils, they start frying your brain and they can lead actually to mood disorders and cognitive decline and dementia. It's crazy. So number 6, seed oils contain toxic additives and byproducts. So surprise, surprise. Because seed oils are so unstable, harmful chemicals must be added during manufacturing to prevent oxidation and rancidity. Otherwise, seed oils would smell like rancid fish. Kind of gross. So some of the most common additives are BHA, BHT, TBHQ. These are also in like prepackaged cereals and like more crappier kind of like General Mills cereals, Shreddies and things like that, or Cheerios. At least they used to be. I don't know. It's probably still in there. It's to preserve freshness, is what they say, and they've been shown in studies to be very carcinogenic. So the last one is 7. Seed oils, they actually cause you to crave more junk food. So because seed oils, they increase the production of endocannabinoids, specifically 2-AG. These compounds actually hijack your satiety receptors in our brain in the same way that cannabis does, interestingly enough. I guess that's why cannabis leads to the munchies. And so, yeah, this leads to increased cravings for more food. It can actually create a vicious cycle where the more seed oil enriched food you eat, the more you will crave. And this is just totally messing with your satiety hormones. Like it's no wonder, right? You keep wanting more and more. You eat some McDonald's, there's like 2,000 calories at least in the meal, and you're just hungry after. It's just been chemically or biochemically designed to mess with your brain and your satiety hormones and keep you hungry and keep you sick. So anyways, yeah, bottom line, that's the information. That's 7 things about it. And yeah, if you're looking to be like 20 pounds lighter, getting off the seed oils works great. And it's probably honestly the single most important dietary change you can make in your life. So again, hope this was helpful. And anything else that you guys want to know about seed oils, I would love to share it. And thanks for listening. We'll see you next time. Stay safe.